my name is Sarah. Thank you for joining me for another one of my at-home Pilates workouts. This evening I'm on my mat with a TheraBand, weights, magic circle, foam roller, and yoga block available. The props help with alignment and a little bit of resistance and tension through the body. If you don't have those props, that's okay. Feel free to follow along with my movements this evening. We'll go ahead and start seated vertically on your mat, shaking out the legs, and have that TheraBand nearby. Magic circle works as well. Inhale, opening the shoulders back and down, extending through the chest, and tip it right. Pressing left sit bone down deeper into the mat, lifting to center and tip it left. One more time through center before folding at the waist. Goal is to wrap those feet around through that band. Chin to chest. Flexing the spine here, then lifting and extending, nose to toes. Inhale, back is long, and exhale, reach nose to toes as you sit back up. Soft bend in the knees, bringing band through center and shifting down to your roll back, arms extended, lowering and keeping the weight out of your feet. See if you can float one or both feet off the mat here. Coming into 100 teaser prep position, beginning to pump the arms, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Goal is 100 pumps, sitting high up on the sit bones or keeping your back rounded for a little more support. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Extending the legs if you need a little more. And maintaining even tension through the hands, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Lifting the legs and lowering, lifting the legs and lowering. Last 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last 2, and lift. And last 1, and lift. Hold, knees come in, and roll down all the way. Keeping the band available, we'll move into some supine footwork. Feet go up, widest part around the arches, stepping hip width distance apart. On an exhale, extend your legs completely. So gentle grip on the band. Take a moment to align your ankles with second and third toe. Knee and hip on both sides. Shoulders back and down. Big breath in. And as you're ready, bend the knees into your chest and press the heels away. So feet are flexed. Imagine a squat, or pressing out and in on one of our reformers. Exhale, press. Inhale, return as you empty the lungs, straightening with the backs of the legs. Pressing out and in. Last 5. This can also be done without any props, hands holding hips, and imagine that you're pressing that ceiling away. Last 3. Contracting the glutes and hamstrings to extend the legs each time. And 1 more to press it out. And in extension, draw the heels together, toes apart, creating a V shape, Pilates V between the feet. Exhale, bend and straighten. Option to point the toes as possible through that band. Point and flex. Point and flex. We'll take this 8 more for 10 total. Minimizing the movement of the arms, focusing on abs, glutes, and hamstrings, bringing awareness to the inner thighs. Last 3, point and flex. Last 2, and last 1, point. Come back to parallel. And here we'll take a hamstring stretch, flexing the feet and choking up on the ropes a little deeper. Opening sits bones apart and point the toes. Using the heel to grip the band and slowly bend the knees in, taking a long front stretch. Arms reach behind, shoulders stay grounded. Big inhale through the nose and exhale, drawing the ribs down towards your mat. Let's trade the band for a yoga block, weight, or book, anything with a little weight, or you can just follow along with some arms. Knees come up to tabletop. We'll begin passing the block, extending legs and arms behind, and knees come in. So this simulates a double leg extension. Option to sit up as possible. Passing block underneath from right to left. Just 5 more. And 4. Drawing navel down into the back. Last 2. And then we'll do the same movement, passing left to right, left to right. Curling up, lifting, or laying flat. Last 5 and 4. Last 3. Just 2 more. And 1. Hold. Let's place the block on top of thighs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower and extend the arms straight back for a nice stretch. Knees go right, you look left. And second side. Exhale, twisting. And bring that back to center. We'll try one more exercise with the block. Single leg sweep, also known as scissors. Right leg and left leg extend. Passing block underneath and switching through center. And lift and switch and lift. Curling into a chest lift if that's available. Go for 10 and 9, alternating which leg lowers and lifts. Keeping the range small, using core for control. Last 5 and 4 and 3. Last 2, flattening through the tummy. Last 1, and both legs to finish. Right to left for 4 and 2 and 1, then left to right and left to right. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Sitting up all the way and stretching forward. Exhale, opening sits bones. And allow the back to open. Exhale. And nod the head yes. Rock head side to side. Sitting back up, arms extend. And here we'll bring the block forward, heels come in, and try to hold your balance to shake. Lift and rotate right. Lift and rotate left. So knees stay where they are. Think about twisting from below the rib cage, carving out the waist. 5 and lift. And 4 and lift. Last 3 and 2. I'll meet you on the right for a twist and pulse. Option to extend the same leg straight out. And 3, 2, 1. Lift. And second side. Twist for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting up. This time rotate, placing the block down. Hand behind scapula. Inhale. And exhale. Twisting gently through the spine. Option to extend opposite leg. So my right hand is behind the tailbone. Shoulders open. And twisting through the chest. Breathe for 3, 2, pressing the mat away. Keeping shoulder down away from ear. And slowly bring both arms up. Switching legs and switching sides. Pressing the mat away and twisting through the spine. Inhale and exhale. One more breath, lifting tall. And roll it back to center, bringing block with you. Extending spine and rolling down to a shaking position. Here, see if you can float the legs, point the toes, and double leg tap. For 10, 8. So we rotated the upper body. Let's Think about rotating from below the rib cage this time. Last 4 in center, and 2, and 1. Lowering all the way down, arms extend with block or weights overhead. Legs go right and center, then left and center. So goal is to keep the upper body and hips grounded, rotating from just the obliques side to side. Option 2, extend the legs. Think about drawing a rainbow with knees or toes. And go for 5 more. Lifting through the chest as possible. Last 3 each side. And 1, finding center, placing block between calves, lower and lift and reach. And placing the prop between the legs for a little bit of proprioception, which is awareness of your body in space. Go for 5 and reach. Last 3 and reach. Last 2 and reach. And last 1, placing block and extending arms, planting feet. Again, stretching right, twisting through the spine, arms open to T here. Big inhale, drawing navel in to bring the legs to the other side. And you look right, legs go left. Inhale and exhale, coming back through center, removing block and grabbing weights or something to lift. We'll do some arms here next. Elbows are wide row position, pressing the arms away and lowering back down. So shoulder press with awareness for the chest. We'll go for 10. Option to float the legs. Straighten and bend at the same time. Again, thinking about our footwork on the reformer, so pressing away with legs and arms. Feel those abs stabilize beneath you and chest contracts to lift those weights. Go for 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Hold, reach, and lower. Curl and lower. Think about drawing the feet towards the hands as you lift. Go for 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Knees come in, elbows return to the mat, and take a little rest. Second set. I'm going to keep my range a little smaller because these weights are 11 pounds each. Goal is chest fly, opening arms to T, then closing. Opening to where you feel comfortable, then pressing. Think about contracting with the pectoralis major muscles at the chest. Go for 8, 7. Again, floating legs when you're ready. This time, maybe going to a frog position. Heels together, toes apart. And we'll add legs for the last set of 5, pointing and reaching. Last 4, flexing feet to return. Last 3 and 2. And last 1, hold. Open arms, open feet, and close. So this is star. You can lift your chest up if that's available. 8, 7, inner thighs and pelvic floor, move the legs. Chest brings the arms in. Last 6, 5, and 4. Just 3 more, and 2, and 1. Knees come in, and arms return. I'm going to drop one of these guys, bringing hands around this one weight for a tricep extension. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Floating legs to tabletop. Balancing over the pelvic floor. And this time extend the legs, lower as you bend the elbows, and straighten to lift. 10 with a tricep press. Lower and lift, coming to Pilates V for the last 5. And squeeze. And 2. And last 1. Hold and pulse to finish. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Last 1. Knees come in and weight comes down. Sitting up all the way. We'll take a stretch, folding at the waist and opening up through the sits bones, forehead down. Let's get into some side lying. I'm going to use my foam roller to prop me up. You can come to a side plank position without the roller, or on the roller, bring hands behind base of skull. Front knee comes into line with the front of your mat. Top leg extends and crunch and lower. Crunch lifting leg when you're ready. For more, lift and tap. Lift and tap. 10 and lift. Carving out the waist from the oblique. 8, 7, 6, and lift. Extending arm for the last 5, and 4, last 3, and 2, and 1. Take a nice long reach, stretching through the side body. This is one of my favorite exercises for obliques on our mat. Let's come into same side glute work, heels together, toes apart, lifting off the roller as possible, and close then open. Close then open. You can wrap that band around the thighs here if you want a little more. Curling the bottom toes underneath the foot to stabilize on the mat. You should be getting a nice shake through that lateral side of the glute. Go for 5. And 2, using the breath to control this. Last one, hold and press away for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming onto all fours. We'll meet for our first plank, hands on mat, toes step back. And make sure your hip width distance apart. Lowering the hips. Feel the shoulder blades pull together and draw the navel into the spine. Inhale, exhale, hold for 10. Looking for a shake through the core. Crown of head is reaching out of the spine. Last 4. And 2, extending through the thighs. Hovering knees, stepping feet closer, and hold it here for 10. Last 2. And slowly opening and pressing back for child's pose, using roller to keep the arms lifted, forehead down. And let's continue on the belly. So extending legs straight back. Roller is an option. Hands come forward, toes point behind you. Inhale and exhale, lift right hand, left leg, and tap, and lift, and tap. Switching, pressing pubic bone down, pulling navel up. Go for 10, and lift, working into the back, posterior chain. Lifting from the thigh. Last 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Hold and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Pulse for 5 here. Reaching those toes out of the hip and coming back down. Let everything melt into your mat here. Hands plant and press up to all fours. We'll take a cat-cow to neutralize the spine, rounding, flexing, Extending, opening. One more time, flex, tucking chin. And extending back out. Second side, bring that roller over to the other side and prepare for oblique crunches. So placing the roller somewhere along the bottom side of your rib cage without any pain. Bottom shin aligns with mat, top toes get ready to lift and crunch and lower, crunch and lower. 8, 7, 6, and 5, beginning to reach and reach. Last 4, and 3, last 2, and 1. Hold for 3, 2, and pressing up to clam. So you can keep the roller available or come to forearm, heels together, bottom toes tucked into the mat, and here's that clam. Open, close, using the lateral side of the glute to lift and inner thigh to resist closed. 5, we'll finish this at a pulse. Last 3, and 2, last one, hold and press away, away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretching the legs and top arm long. Taking this side bend here. And exhale, climbing right back up to second round of planks. We'll add on a pike, which is down dog, hips are lifted, and then lower back to plank. And pike. And plank, pulling navel up and in to lift the hips. Same control to lower. 4, and down. Last 2, and hold. We'll hold this for 10 more seconds. Pulling the abs up and in, shoulders down, glutes engaged, high up on those toes for 3, 2, and 1 last pike to step the feet in. We'll meet in a forward fold. Hands under feet. Nodding head yes. And rocking head side to side. Coming right back down to the mat. We'll finish with some bridging. So moving into our magic circle, we'll place it first between the inner thighs, above the knee to start. You can go a little lower for a challenge and take it down to your mat. So laying flat, you can hold a weight overhead or pull the band apart. I'm going to keep my arms free with fingers extending, focusing on the inner thighs, pressing into the circle with even tension. And we'll lift the hips, squeeze the circle, open and release. Curl and lift, squeeze and release. 10 here, squeeze and down, curl and lift, squeeze and down. So curling up, using glutes, abs to lift, inner thighs to squeeze, then repeat. Using your breath to power each movement, working through the glutes and inner thighs. Shoulders are stable, arms are active. 5 more. Drawing the navel into the spine to flatten out your tummy. Lift and press. Last 2. Squeeze and down. Last one, meet at the top, squeezing circle with both legs for 10, 9, 8, 7. Think about turning off the knees and bone, contracting inner thighs and glutes to press the circle. 5, so maybe that's a smaller movement, but it's coming from the right place. Last 3, and 2, And holding tension on the circle, lift the heels. You can step your feet a little closer for more range and press again with both legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Take note of your ankles. See if you can pull them in towards center. Really stabilize. You should feel this burn start to kick in. Lower one heel without changing anything else and lift and switch and lift. So heels are pulling into center, hips are lifted, shoulders are down, and knees stay where they are. Lift and switch. 5 each side. Think about that heel to glute connection behind the legs. Last 3. Lowering heels without any weight. 2. Switching to starts. And last 1. Hold, lift hips higher. Lower heels and lift. Lower heels and lift. So with that burn should come a nice shake through the ankles. Crown of head is extending back. 5 more. Again, not moving anything else but those heels. Last 3. Feeling a burn through the glutes. 2, keep that squeeze on the circle. Last 1, hold the heels up high and lower hips with a hinge and lift. Lower and lift for 10. 9, think of opening the sit bones and squeezing them together to lift. Ankles are still pulled in tight. Heels are lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press with just the right leg for 3, 2, 1, and left, 2, 1 more time each side, and left, 2, 3, and squeeze. Lift hips higher and lower down all the way. Hips then heels, bringing circle or band to stretch the hamstrings, gently drawing toes to nose, and dropping the sits bones out of the spine. Inhale and exhale. We'll take some stretches for the legs to think about cooling down, then 1 more round of bridging. Right leg comes down to the mat, bent or extended. Right hand on right hip, and left leg opens out for an inner thigh stretch. Gently drawing the toes to your ear on this side. Inhale and exhale. Hold for as long as you need to. I'll take 1 more breath here, pointing and flexing the foot. Ribs and abs come down, knee comes in, and gently pass that leg to the second hand. So keeping the left hip down, dropping this side out for an IT band stretch. Gently shifting the hand to face you for a little more room, and settling in to release the left glute. Breathe here, and stay for as long as you need to. I'll take 1 more breath, feeling that stretch through the left glute, and slowly bend the knee to return to start. Hamstring stretch for both sides before we switch to the right. So left leg comes down with left hand for support, and gently drop the right leg out to the side. As far as you feel comfortable, bringing the hand in to face you for more. And think about drawing the toes to your ear on the right while keeping your shoulders and hips straight across the mat. Inhale through your nose and exhale from your mouth, pressing that heel away, shoulders down away from ears, and crown of head reaching behind you. Slowly come out, bending knee to chest, and switch hands, keeping the right hip down as you bring that leg over for IT band stretch. Turning hand in to face you, and internally rotating the toes to the floor, keeping that hip down for the deepest stretch. Left leg is extended and active, and shoulders are even across the mat. 1 more breath here, or as long as you need to stay in your IT band stretch. Feeling that through the right glutes, and bring that back to center. Both legs return for 1 last hamstring stretch, opening through the shoulders, and slowly slip the circle around your thighs. Second round of bridging with single leg challenges. Arms come down, shoulders press down. If you want more, you can hold a weight above the chest and maybe add some elbow taps as you go. So I'll be here for that. Curling tailbone, pressing circle apart, then lifting, tap elbows, and switch. Option to park the arms by your sides whenever you want, or maybe even add a hammer curl. So focusing on the glutes, wherever your arms need to be. We'll go for 10 more. 9. Goal is to keep the tension on the circle even, pressing not with the knees but with your thighs. Last 5. And 3. 2. Last one, hold, press away from center with both legs for 3, 2, and you can stay right here with little pulses or join me for single leg challenge. Right leg extends, pointing straight out of the toes and press out into the circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, keeping hips even, fingers actively reaching for heels. Last one, hold the press and lower hips and lift for 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes down. We'll lower the hips for just a moment, releasing, and get ready for second side. Curl and lift and hold. Shift your weight into the right leg. Left leg floats this time. Extend straight out and press. Return. 4 more. And 2, stabilizing the right side completely. Last one, hold and lower the hips and lift. Lower the hips and lift. Last one, down and up. Foot returns and lower the hips all the way. Release, curl it up one last time, keeping knees where they are. Lift your heels if you want a little more, and we'll take alternating hip dips, keeping the ribs pulled down and knees where they are. So just the oblique kicks in to lift and switch. Side and glute for 10. Each side. Ankles pull in towards center. Lot to think about. Last 4 and 2 and last 1. Hold and lower it down all the way. Hips then heels, bringing knees to tabletop, removing circle, and sitting up to finish the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Wherever you need to be for the last 4 counts of breath. Pulling that navel into the spine. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And last set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Touch behind hamstrings and sit up all the way. Awesome work. We'll end with a little stretch here. Arms reach for the sky. Right hand down. Take a side bend. Opening through the left rib cage and rotating to the ceiling. Exhale and inhale. Sit up. Right arm reaches up and over. Keeping shoulders down away from ears, pressing the sits bones down into the mat. And coming up, inner thigh stretch to finish. Extending legs to a V, lifting out of hips and folding at the waist. Walk hands to the right. And lift, flexing foot. And sitting up, reaching right arm over to the left, start in the rotation, then fold towards the floor and flex that foot. Last big breath in and exhale, walk hands to center and sit it up. We'll take a figure 4 to finish, right ankle over left knee, pressing the heart through the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, and slowly switch using the abs for control, sitting up and pressing the left hip out. One more breath. And And slowly coming out of that, arms reach overhead. Closing eyes and drawing the hands to your heart, chin to chest. Thank your body and thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe and leave me any special requests in the comments below.